Alright, so today we're introducing the idea of equations. You guys have already done a little bit of algebra, so some of this is just going to be revision for you guys. So it's on page 570, exercise 10A, Introduction to Equations. Two words that we're going to be looking at that are very, very common in this topic. It's expression and equation. Right? There's two, they're very, very similar, two different words, but they mean slightly different things. So, expression, what is an expression? Well, it's at the bottom of page 570 just in case, but it's a combination of pronumerals and numbers. Okay, so the idea, for example, a combination of pronumerals, numbers, and operations. So, for example, 5 plus x. That's an expression right there. I'm going to put that in brackets so you guys can see. So, anything with numbers, with the letters, pronumerals, just in case you don't remember, pronumerals are just letters. And any operations, so 5 times x, or 5 minus x, 16 plus y, whatever it is, they're all just types of expressions. Now, the difference between an expression and an equation is that, well, an equation has the word equal at the start of it, right? So you have to have an equal sign. That's it. Okay? So it's a math statement with an equal sign. Okay? It is recording. I've just accidentally opened 2 files. There we go. Thanks for letting me know. So we have an expression and an equation. An example of an equation might be 2x plus 3 equals to 4y minus 2. That's just an example. So you can see, obviously, this one has an equal sign, whereas the other one doesn't. That's literally all you need to know in terms of the difference. Any questions about that? You might note that an equation is just 2 expressions with an equal sign in the middle. And that's exactly right. Okay, let's move on. So we've got an expression equation. The other thing I'm looking at is, well, if I have an equation, there's a left-hand side of the equal sign and the right-hand side of equal sign. Now, we know that the equal sign is pretty much just telling us they're the same thing. So, an equation has a left-hand side. So I'm going to write this down as LHS equals to RHS. So the left-hand side, apologies for the bad handwriting, needs to equal to the right-hand side. Any questions about that? Yes? Naomi, did you have a question? No? Okay. So if I've got an equation, in order for it to be true, because remember the equal means the same, in order for it to be true, the left-hand side has to be the same as the right-hand side. And that's how we tell whether something's true or false. It's like saying, if someone tells you something, that's the left-hand side, and then you go home and research it, that's the right-hand side. Yeah? So what they say and what you research has to be the same, otherwise we know it's not true. Okay? So let's do an example. If I have, and let's write example down. If I have 3 plus 5, let's start with something very simple, equals to 8. What's the left-hand side simplified to? What's 3 plus 5? 8. And the right-hand side is 8. So in other words, it's saying, is 8 equal to 8? Is that true? Yeah. Well, yeah, so that's true. I'm going to write T for true. Pretty straightforward, right? Yeah? Let's do something a little bit more difficult. Let's do something with a pronumeral in it. Okay? So let's say I have 5. Actually, let's do something else. Let's do 3 plus 2x equals to 21 minus y if x equals to 5 and y equals to 8. So this is using skills that you guys have learned in previous lessons over algebra. So if it says x equals to 5, what do we do? Yeah, we replace the x with a 5, or in other words, we substitute. Yeah. So I'm going to write 3 plus 2 now, if there's nothing in the middle, what does it mean? Times, thank you. 3 times 5. And I'm going to continue on the right-hand side with 21 minus, now I don't write y, what do I write? 8, thank you very much. Now we can simplify both sides. So I've got 3 plus 2 times 5. Using BIDMAS, what does that give me? So 2 times 5 is? 10 plus the 3?
Plus 13.
13, thank you. So we're using our BIDMAS there, remember. 13, and on the right-hand side, 21 minus 8 is? 13. So is 13 13? Well, yeah, of course. So we know that's true, and that's a tick. Okay. Sometimes it won't make sense. Can you stop making the noises? Thank you. Sometimes it won't make sense. You might get like 15 equals to 13. You're like, okay, that's obviously not true. In which case, you can just say false. Any questions about that? Yes.
Isn't it called BODMAS?
BIDMAS, BODMAS, yep. So the last thing we'll look at with this exercise, assuming that you guys are okay with what we've done over here, is what happens if we've got a worded question. So let's say, and I'll type this out because I have terrible handwriting. Let's say the sum of x and 5 is 22. How do I write that using algebra? So how do I say the sum of x and 5? What does sum mean, Trinity? Perfect. So the sum of x and 5, how do I write that? Too easy. Is, what does the is mean? Perfect. Equals 22. Is that easy? Any questions? No? So would you guys like to do one more example, or you want to get straight into the questions? Straight into it? Alright.